I have a question. How many of you believe that two of these teams will be in the Super Bowl? If you said yes, I know you're lying. This is their story. The 49ers have a really rich history, winning 5 Super Bowls and looking for their 6th. They started the season on a 5-game winning streak, including a 30-7 dominant victory over the Steelers. Their best game in the streak came with a 42-10 blowout victory of the Cowboys. During the annihilation of the Cowboys, Brock Purdy threw for 252 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Their ego got the best of them as they had to play the Cleveland Browns. The Browns upset them, handing them a loss. And the Browns defense held Brock Purdy to 125 yards, the lowest amount of yardage he had in his whole career. They ended up on a 3-game losing streak, losing to the Vikings and Bengals. During this stretch, Brock Purdy threw for 3 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. They became motivated and humbled and went on a 6-game winning streak. During this 6-game winning streak, it came with a 42-19 blowout of the Eagles. Purdy threw for 314 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions. He was perfect that game. He was perfect. On Christmas Day, they had to play against the Ravens. The Ravens upset them, handing them another loss and snapping their 6-game winning streak. They bounced back next week with a dominating 27-10 victory over the Commanders and sat out their starters in a loss to the Rams. The playoffs were here, and 49ers fans were confident and very excited that their team would make the Super Bowl one more time. The playoffs were here, and the 49ers had to play the wild card Packers. Their ego got in the way, so they slacked off, not expecting the Packers would give them a challenge. They ended up winning in a 24-21 comeback victory over the Packers. NFC Championship arrived, and they had to play against the great Detroit Lions. The Lions started off very strong, winning the game by 14 points. The 49ers saw this and became motivated and dominated the second half, resulting in a 34-31 comeback victory, which will lead them to the Super Bowl. Now they're in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. The Chiefs, on the other hand, they have a rich history just like the 49ers, winning 3 Super Bowls and going to their 4th Super Bowl in 5 seasons. The Chiefs started the season off with a nail-biting 1-point loss to the Lions, in which they lost 21-20. This motivated them to dominate on a 6-game winning streak. They played their best football as a team in a 41-10 blowout win over the Bears, and a 31-17 victory over the Chargers, in which Pat Mahomes played his best football, throwing for a whopping 424 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. The best football Mahomes played the whole year. Believing they ruled the football world, they ended up going 3-5 in the next 8 games. One of the games resulted in a 24-9 loss against the Broncos in which Mahomes threw for no touchdowns and 2 interceptions. They finished strong on a 2-game winning streak, beating the Bengals and the Chargers. They flipped a switch right in time for the playoffs. Chiefs fans were excited and very confident their team would reach the Super Bowl for the 4th time in 5 seasons. They had to play the Dolphins in the first round. They annihilated the Dolphins 26-7, the lowest amount of points the Chiefs defense had held a team in the regular season and postseason. They escaped with a lucky win, a 27-24 victory over the Bills in the second round. AFC Championship came, and they had to play the great Baltimore Ravens. Even though the Ravens were great, Mahomes was motivated, Travis Kelce was motivated, with Taylor Swift in the stands, rooting for her boyfriend, Kelce. Mahomes threw 116 yards to Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce ended up dominating the game with 116 yards. And the Chiefs defense left the Ravens to 10 points, in which the Chiefs won the game 17-10. Now they're in the Super Bowl versus the 49ers. The Chiefs and the 49ers are two teams that overcame hardships and adversity. They overcame adversity and hardships. And they also capitalize on big winning streaks. They're the definition of keep working hard, never giving up, and focusing on your goals. Comment down below who you have in the Super Bowl. This is Sports on the Carlos. Good channel.